So this is the newest map that I've been working on recently. This is AF2R, aka another fucking 2 Fort remake. I figured that was a silly name because it was both a reference to AM2R and also there's been a lot of 2 Fort remakes, both before Team Fortress 2 and afterwards. But I tried this once in the past, but I never released it. However, I figured this time I want to go through with it and just see where it takes me. Don't try to restrict myself too much to 2 Fort. For this version, I wanted to make some aspects a fair bit faithful, but from there, just do whatever the hell improves the map. Don't care if it's faithful or not. Just make the map better however I can. And I feel like that could make for an interesting project overall. So first, I want to talk about mid. Mid was probably the most negatively received aspect of this remake, mainly because it didn't really fix the issues. Well, it didn't fix the more serious issues with the original mid. While it did fix one major thing, it made it so that the lower area here, the bit with the water, you can actually get up and down without having to go all the way around the map. So that's an improvement that needed to happen. However, beyond that, it still contains all the same issues, plus a few more. Namely, sidelines. A lot of people complain that 2 Fort's main issue was that you can see the entire sniper balcony from your own. And you know what? Initially, I was doing that kind of intentionally. I was thinking, you know, 2 Fort's iconic thing is it's two identical bases facing each other, like it's the Krusty Krab versus the Chum Bucket. I don't know. So I felt like having anything else would be a bit blasphemous. However, looking back on it, it probably would have been a better call to add some more sideline blockers here. Also, people complain that the mid is generally just too large. Yeah, I can see that. The reason it's larger like this is because I wanted more space for you to maneuver, give you more places to access. Figured that would be just a better design overall, especially with this back flank here that goes all the way around to the courtyard. So I might tighten this up a bit. I think I'm gonna move this fence all the way back here. Well, maybe not all the way up to the wall. Just move this building all the way up to the ledge here, and move this fence as far as I can as well. And also maybe get rid of this just so that you can more sensibly go from here to here without having to do this weird jumping maneuver. But I don't know. I have a few ideas as to how I can fix mid, make it a bit better. But we'll have to see for Alpha 2. Oh, look. I was noticing that I'm not a whole... I am, like, doing that thing a lot today. I apologize. I noticed that not a whole lot of people were using this flank, however, maybe I just missed it. And maybe that could be changed right too. I don't know. We'll have to see how it plays. But anyway, I wanted to take a moment to talk about the base itself. It's laid out a little bit differently. Now there's only this one spawn here with the 2 exits. Gives people a bit more predictability, I want to say. Makes it so that they don't have to rely on whatever spawn they're going to wind up at for their strategy. And I think that that's just a better design overall. And that's a common complaint that a lot of TF2 mappers have with 2 Fort is that it has the 2 spawns that are 2 separate distances from the intel, which is just generally not good design. Outside of that, bottom floor is similar, but there's no longer the central hallway that everyone has to go through. Now you can either take the left route or you can take the right route. I think that's a bit better. If you take the left route, you have a bit more of a concealed approach, and you can get all the way up here. Take the right route and you're in the courtyard. Let's see here. So yeah, intel room, if you can even call it a room anymore. This is, out of all of this stuff, this is probably the bit that people most widely think is an improvement. Mostly because it's pretty hard for any changes to the 2 Fort's intel room to not be an improvement, because 2 Fort's intel room is so goddamn terrible. But since this is a lot wider, a lot more space to move around, makes it so that sentries aren't so blatantly overpowered, I think it works a bit better. Also not sure about this one-way door yet. A few people were confused, however, I think that if you were to just play on this map a couple times and then get used to it, it'll work fine. I tried to sort of reincorporate Spiral, because, like, Spiral is sort of an iconic bit of 2 Fort, you see. However, unfortunately, it's also the worst It's also the worst piece of design that I've ever seen in a TF2 map, ever. It's a stupid, spammy choke point with no room to maneuver that... It's bad. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It is awful. But this is much better. You can rocket jump up it. There's... Even though it's not... even... All things considered, it feels like there's just more space to maneuver, even though this still isn't even that big. And here's L shaft. Not really a whole bunch to talk about with this. It's basically the same. It's just turned 90 degrees. I think it works. I'm gonna stick with this for a while. But overall, a lot of people said that the intel room was the greatest improvement. A lot of people enjoyed playing with the intel room. The base area was... some people thought it was a bit too wide. I'll have to keep going and see where that leads, but I think it's alright. And mid just sucks. Too many sidelines. It didn't... A lot of people are saying that it didn't really need to be bigger. However, I feel like if I want to keep this flank, it kind of has to be. But generally speaking, the response was, it is indeed better than 2 Fort. So I feel like if I can get that far on an A1, I think I'll be set. That means that I'm more qualified to detail this map up immediately and just ship it than actual 2 Fort. Yep. I'll see you guys for A2. Later.